What's going on, everyone? Welcome into another edition of Josh's Corner. I'm Josh Jennings, and sitting with me is legendary Notre State University head coach Derek Larkin, the only coach in program history of soccer going into his 18th year. Coach, what's your thoughts on the season?
It's hot right now, to be honest with you. That's what I'm thinking. Each and every day, it's been about 115 degrees, but really excited about the season. I mean, we got a lot of new players, so very excited about what's coming.
You mentioned a lot of players, but one player who was contributing in particular, Trendon Turner, senior captain. I've known his brother a little bit. Hey, it's just fun to get to know him a little bit.
Yeah.
Just, what's your thoughts on Trendon going into his senior year?
Just great family, great kid. Like, he fits the captain role perfectly. He leads by example, and he kind of sets the standard for everybody. So, and he's been through the program. He's been with us for several years. So it's just fitting that he finishes off as being our leader.
Yep, you have a really good assistant coach who tried to get that little Jake Simpson, an unbelievable player. Scored 27 goals, 14 of those came during his senior year. But just what's your thoughts on having Jake back on the whole?
I mean, he brings a load of knowledge and energy. He's gained some experience by being away, working at Oklahoma Christian under Mitch Sowerby. And so, yeah, he just brings a lot to the table. Like, we're really glad to have him back. We balance each other out really well. We know each other really well. And I think that spills over onto the field and into the practice sessions for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking here at your scheduling. You don't shy away from tough non-conference games. I believe 5 out of your 6 are ranked. Maryville ranked number 12 in the country, McKendree 24, Midwestern State latest, and CSU are calling our state Pueblo number 2. Fighting them at Oklahoma Christian, but just kind of walk me through how your schedule made it. Why do you make it so tough on my guys?
It's not so much making it tough. It's twofold. One, as a player and coach, I'm one that it's hard. You want to play the best. You want to challenge the best. I think the guys really get excited and get up for those kind of games, and so I think that's important. I think it motivates them to want to play the best competition and compare themselves with the best teams in the country. But also, the other part of that is we've missed out on the last 3 or 4 years based on strength of schedule by 1 or 2 spots of getting into the national tournament. So we're constantly trying to strengthen our schedule so that we don't fall into that situation again. We hope it works out. But yeah, that said, I mean, it is just back to back of nationally ranked teams and powerhouse teams that are in it every year. I mean, Pueblo was national runner-up 2 years in a row. I mean, Midwestern State's there every year. So yeah, I feel like we have probably one of the toughest schedules in the country.
Yeah, and then you also playing at a top conference, GAC, MIAA, under their SNU. I believe they're ranked 22nd for Sport 8 State receiving vote for.
Yeah,
you guys are. So, what's your thoughts on playing in a top conference as well?
Well, and it's even tougher this year. I mean, NSU has been in the national tournament several times. Fort Hays into the Elite 8 just a few years ago. SNU's in there every year, but now you've got new coach that's come into Hays that's going to revamp them. A recharged NSU team. SNU returning a lot of good players, new coach at Ouachita Baptist, I think that's going to really strengthen their program. So I don't think there's any games that you take for granted. I know Newman played a preseason game against Missouri State and did really well. He's got a lot of very good players in his second year. So I think this year, top to bottom, it is going to be a really tough conference.
Yep. So, we've been here a long time, obviously, but what excites you the most about coming into the door every day to weep at Romney State and then soccer tournament?
That's a tough question. That's a good question. It sounds cliche, it sounds kind of cheesy, but really it's about just being around the guys and seeing moments when they have success, and even sometimes when they stumble a little bit, just being around them and seeing things like that. I yesterday in training, I was talking to Jake. There was this save that one of our goalkeepers made that was just unbelievable, in that moment. And there was another moment where a couple players scored some really good goals, and it just keeps it exciting, keeps it fresh. We got new players here, watching them kind of grow into being an RSU Bobcat and being a soccer player here, and what that means to them. All of that is it's really motivating, And I think the competition that we've set up, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to play that level of games.
Yeah, for sure. Working in contact, like I said, there's lots of changes all the time. It seems like, every single day something new. And a lot of people like to point to the negatives of college athletics in Division II. But what do you think is working so well in Division II and in your school?
It's hard to pinpoint what's working well. I just think it's a great avenue for athletes to continue on doing what they love at a very good level, without maybe some of the pressures that come with being a Division I athlete or athletes that are trying to go pro. Not that ours don't, but I just think there's a real niche for that, as we talk about NCAA Division II, that life balance.
Yeah.
And I think between education and the size of school and what we offer, and then also getting to play in a sport at a really good level is just a great opportunity. There's nothing like getting on the bus with your team and traveling and playing in big games, and I mean, it's a true brotherhood. So I think there's a lot of benefits to it.
Yep. Well, Coach, you guys open your season on the road at Maryville Thursday, September 5th, and then your home opener is against McKendree on Saturday, September 7th. So can't wait to cheer you guys on and watch your soccer team succeed. Go Hillcats.
Yeah, go Hillcats, man. Thanks, Josh.
Later.
Excellent.